Alright, hello ladies and gentlemen. I am going to make you smarter than all your friends and show you that the world isn't that complicated. Here's the world, okay? Right now. You know, neutral, purple. This is under the Western control, okay? Some people call this the Western world. Some people say it's Western control. Doesn't matter. The point is, whether they like it or not, this is part of the West, okay? We're going to label the blue as the West. Next, the place that the West is super interested in is two words, APEC and OPEC. Now, OPEC is pretty much like a cartel that controls the world's oil supply, and APEC is the Asia Pacific, where a lot of activities go on and a lot of trade go through. And so these guys are TBD, meaning to be decided. They don't really get a choice. Now, a very brilliant YouTuber, animator of What If All This, made a very great observation on the anti-Western alliance pretty much lines up with the former Mongol Empire. And I noticed, yeah, he's right. So the ones who are very anti-Western are, yeah, it's literally very close to what the Mongols were. So then I was like, wow, this is actually a really good point. Now, besides all that, there's a few infiltrations on both sides. Like Venezuela, Cuba, Bolivia, Nicaragua, they don't really have a alliance with the West, or sorry, the anti-West, but they are very close with them. But the West has some infiltration on their side too. The main thing you have to keep in mind is OECD, which is pretty much like first world countries, and NATO. I'm sure you already know that. You know, if you kill one of us, we kill all of us. And the Eurozone is countries that are pegged to the euro. So these are the main interests of the West. Okay? But just like how the anti-West has infiltrated us, we've also infiltrated them. Here, the West has a lot of military bases. France, US, and a few other countries have military bases right here. We have alliances with Egypt and Jordan. Oh, wow, what a coincidence to this. We also have an alliance with UAE and Oman. Oh shit, what a coincidence. Another passage, wow. And over here, if Taiwan was an independent country, we would have an alliance with them. But they're not, but still, we're interested if somebody touches this. But we have an alliance with the Philippines, Brunei, Singapore, Malaysia, and Thailand. And Singapore. And we also recently made an alliance with Papua New Guinea. Okay, so notice, wow, what a coincidence. Where is it exactly blocking? Huh? Wow. Now, the next thing I noticed is the wars. Now, some people would argue that something like BRICS is trying to be an anti-West thing. That's not necessarily true. And the Gulf Cooperation Council is a semi-alliance of these Gulf states, but even that doesn't really matter as much. They're not as close as people think they are. This is the main thing you have to keep in mind. That's it. This is pretty much the basic way the world works. Now, there's a few things missing here. Like you could argue Azerbaijan is more allied because they're allied with Turkey, and Turkey is part of NATO. And you could also argue Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, and Mongolia. They like to trade, and same with actually Bhutan and Nepal. They like to trade with both sides, so they aren't necessarily purely on one side. You could put that argument. And actually, some would argue that Myanmar is part of the anti-West alliance, but I'm going to get to that right now. Anyway, this is basically how the world is. Huh? the blue is part of the West, the red is part of the anti-West, and the yellow is, well, they can't be neutral. Whether they like it or not, they're going to be involved in an upcoming war. But this is where things got really interesting for me. Because you may look at this map and be like, okay, big deal. This is just a map of alliances and trade negotiations and blah, 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 right? That's what I thought so too. Until I noticed where the wars were happening, where the fighting was happening. And that's when everything started to make sense. And that's why I actually felt like I have to make this video. Because here's the thing. Right now, where there is a clash between colors, there ends up being war. So wow, look at that. There's a block of blue, block of red. Oh wow, Ukraine. There's currently a war happening right there, right now, as we speak. But it's not just war, it's also separation. Let's see. Oh, Georgia. Wow, it's in between solid blue and red. Oh, Georgia. They're currently, they have separations and occupations over here. Huh. Ooh, what is this? Red, surrounded by a bunch of blue? Yeah, bam, there's a war, major war happening there right now. Huh. Oh, let's see. A random blue island. With a lot of red here. Oh, bam, there's a separation over here. Turkey has split. That's actually one of the reasons I almost made a new color, but yeah, Turkey and Azerbaijan are kind of a neutral thing. But I would argue they're more pro-Western, but I didn't want to add like 50 different colors. But yeah, let's continue. Let's see. A big block of yellow. A lot of blue here. Oh, yeah, there's actually literally a separate season covering this side. Weird coincidence. In fact, there's already a bunch of things going down here. Again, what a coincidence that a blue, randomly surrounded by two yellows, is having separation. Let's see Somalia. Ooh. Red, red, blue, red. Oh, whoa. Oh, yeah, Somalia, literally. Not one solid thing. In fact, red surrounded by purple and blue? Oh, bam. Yemen is literally granted a separation. Again, I was shocked that everywhere there's color clashes, there ends up being some sort of war. Literally everywhere. Actually, sorry, I forgot that literally right here. There's literally a separatist region here, and the war could easily split here as well. The Ukraine. So bam, separation. But now you may yourself, okay, well, what about this? Look, these are random reds, right? Oh, random reds in the middle of a bunch of blue? What's going on there? And I was like, that's a good point. But then I realized this pattern has been 100% consistent. So as soon as I was thinking of making this video, uncoincidentally, Venezuela was threatening Guyana. Again, I was like, whoa. So it is true. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if there's another war here or something around here. It could just be a civil war. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if Cuba gets a revolution. Or even Nicaragua. Again, where there is a random... So where there's like solid colors, I honestly don't think there's going to be any wars here. Okay? Again, here, no, I don't think there's going to be wars here. But where there is color clashes... Oh, wait. There's red surrounded by purple? Yeah, have you heard the news? Ethiopia is threatening to attack Eritrea. Actually, even Sudan is thinking of getting involved. Again, it just fascinated me that where there is clashes of color, there ends up as war. And so not only this map can help you understand how the world works, and I'm going to put this in my server, which you can join, discord.g/freespeech. But not only all that, but this map also literally can help you predict the future. Because where there's clashes ends up in war. Again, in fact, this is the part of the video that I not even scripted. I just realized Armenia and Azerbaijan are going through sit right now. And again, it's color clashes right here. Like, holy crap. Again, things happening. Surrounded. Again, where there is random color, there ends up being war. Holy crap. It's all where the thing are. That's why, again, Nicaragua, Cuba, Bolivia, I genuinely wouldn't be surprised if they end up at war. Because, again, it's a color clash. It's like where there is. Now, this is the funny part. Oh, I forgot to actually label this, but China recently made an alliance with the Solomon Islands. And China has a decent relationship with Cambodia. So, wow, unsurprisingly, red, blue, yellow. Yeah, some major shit. I mean, you don't have to be a genius, but we all know some major shit's gonna go down right here. Yeah, where there's clashes, I wouldn't be surprised if there's major shit over here too. It's such a fascinating thing, but when it comes to now safety, I think if you live in pretty much any place with the solid blue, or even if you live like places like here with the solid red, although maybe not here because there's color thing, but where there is solid, there usually ends up being safety. Like I genuinely am not worried for anybody living in like North America and parts of like the southern tips of South America. I also wouldn't really worry about anybody living in Europe or even Northern Europe, Southern Europe. Not really. Like I do think it's going to contain here because the only pattern that I don't see is whenever you add a war, it's spilling. That has not happened at all. Like literally, think of anything in the last 20 years. And I know people are always worried about war spilling, but that's actually not at all what happened. Like the Gaza war currently is still contained. Like they're fighting here. Nothing really spilled to the wider region. I mean, yeah, there's like rocket attacks here and there, but it didn't spill. Ukraine war is kept in Ukraine. And even this, I just call it because of the separation reason. But yeah, the other thing is like, I'm not worried about splitting. But I have noticed, yeah, where there is color clashes, there is war. That's why actually some people are saying this red, the Kaliningrad part of Russia, could end up at war. And I can see that. But anyway, thank you for watching. I am going to start live streaming weekly on current events and just fun topics. We can even talk about love and war and fucking and whores. Anyway, thank you for watching and let me know how I can improve my videos and what would you like to talk about.